Ole has a problem. Well, like all of us, Ole's got a lot of problems, but I got a single problem in particular that I come across today. With the nice weather that's been rolling through lately, family kind of got a little bit rambunctious and wanted to grill out burgers, so I was all for it until I actually got out to the grill. Somebody forgot to clean the grill last time he used it, so stuck caked on greasy mess. So I grabbed the grill brush to polish it up a little bit and get it clean once I got it preheated. Grill brush was junk. This is the second one of these I've gone through so far this year, and I pulled out the old wire brush that I have on standby. That makes 3 grill brushes this year, and the things aren't cheap. So I figure I'm going to revisit an idea I had earlier this spring and finally get my butt to doing it. I'm looking at a grill scraper. So I went ahead and printed out a 3D printed template for my grill scraper. I took some measurements of the actual rods of my grill, and then I took a couple other measurements of the spacing in between. Just kind of picked some at random and did all that on some design software, got it extruded to a 3D model, and printed it out while I was grilling. By the time I was done with supper, this template was already done and ready for use. This little project should take no time at all to knock out, just in time for the grilling I'm going to be doing tomorrow. Let's build it. Lo and behold, I got another offcut of cedar. I've been through so many pickets this year, I can't even remember which one this was from. But this is what we're going to actually fashion this build out of. Got our template in hand. Let me bring you down to the bench. So we're just going to throw our template here, and I actually designed this template to be pretty dead on with the average width of a cedar picket. So just line it up like that and trace out our little notches. And there we got our little notches that the grates will go through. Now I think I'm gonna go ahead and take this over to the scroll saw and we'll get these knocked out. Thought I'd break into this little cut montage to thank everyone that has subscribed to Ole Makes so far. We just crossed that 2,500 mark and now I got my eyes on 5,000. So if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd appreciate it if you could give me a subscribe, a like, maybe even share one of these videos. It's completely free and I'd really appreciate it. Now I'm going to head over to the miter saw and get this cut to size. I'm not really going with a specific length. I just got a really big, gaudy looking knot that you'll see in the offcut piece here that I don't want as part of this project. Now something I do want to add is a couple handles. I'm not going to be making it really skinny and then flare back out kind of like a drained snow shovel. So I got a handle up here and then one in the back. I am just going to put the exact same handle on the back and on one side because I will be able to flip this over, and you probably want to flip it over so you wear it even in the grooves. So we'll go 1.5 inches down, get that line drawn out. And I suppose we want our end about an inch in to fit my hand. Mark that out. Now I'll get this measurement and I'll just end up using a little Forstner bit to take that out, and then probably go back to the scroll saw and cut the rest of the handle out. And I'm going to do the same over here. And what I come in here, 1.5 inches. Yeah, I think that should do it again. And it looks like I am at right about 3.5 inches. So we'll go from there. I better Then we'll go from here to about here. That'll be the outsides of my handle. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit further. Yeah. That should do all right. So I'll go ahead and do my mathing, and we'll get the holes punched for center, and we'll figure out which Forstner bit I'm going to use. I ended up going with a 1.25" Forstner bit for this. Figure that should be thick enough for my sausage fingers. Give me a comfortable grip that I shouldn't really have my hand slip on. After all, I shouldn't really need to put too much pressure when I'm using this. If I do, I probably need to start cleaning the grill a little bit more and a lot bit better. Got my holes all drilled up. Now we'll just connect the very edges of these holes together with the line, and we'll run it back on the scroll saw. Ran this on the scroll saw quick to cut out the centers, and then a quick trip on the router table to round those cuts off. Then did a little bit of hand sanding to clean up the roundovers with some 120 grit, and then took that same 120 grit and gave the face a little sanding. All right, there we go. Finished project. I'm going to leave the edges here and just let them naturally wear according to the actual grill grate that I'm going to be scraping. Definitely not going to win no beauty contests, and it's for sure not a bestseller, but it's made out of a scrap picket offcut, and it took me 30 minutes to knock out. Now let's put it to the test. So I took a little poetic license here and took a file and angled these a little bit, and then took a round file to make some grooves for the future to actually guide when I'm using it in these grates. So let's take a peek at how it works. Well, gotta admit, I'm kind of impressed with how good these work. Kind of one of those things I wish I would have made a little bit sooner in the year. And of course these would last quite a bit longer if they were made out of hardwood, but hey, I had a piece of cedar to use in the shop, so that's what I used. That's going to do it for this video. Really enjoyed this build because it only took me 30 minutes to actually knock it out, and so far I'm liking using it. So I'll probably use it for the rest of this season and start off next season with it, and if I still like it, more than likely going to just go ahead and make myself one out of hardwood. Till the next video, thanks for watching.